Hello dear children. In the previous video you learned about land as a resource. Now in this part we will learn about soil as a resource. Now children, what is soil? So soil is a thin layer of matter that covers the earth's surface. The type of soil available in an area is determined to a large extent by the landforms in that area. Soil is made up of organic matter, minerals, and weathered rock found on the earth. This happens through the process of weathering. Children, what is weathering? Weathering is breaking up and decay of exposed rock by temperature change, frost action, by the actions of plants, animals, and men. So, weathering is possible because of rain and wind. The right mix of mineral in organic matter makes the soil fertile. Now, let's study about the structure of soil. As you can see in the picture, we have parent rock, weathered rock material, that is the subsoil, and the topsoil, which is considered as the most fertile region that is consisting of humus. So in this slide, we will discuss about the factors affecting soil formation, or it is also known as the soil profile. So first factor which affects is parent rock. Parent rock from where the soil originates, that is from which rock. Parent rock defines the quality of other layers of soil profile. Likewise, we get the various characteristics from our parents. So, parent rock determines color, texture, chemical properties, minerals, and permeability. Permeability means the water content it contains. The second factors which affect the soil formation is climate. It includes temperature, rainfall, and influence rate of weathering and humus. The third factor under this is relief. It includes altitude and slope, which determine the accumulation of soil. Or in other words, based on the height of the region, the slope determines the quality and the thickness of soil. The fourth factor is flora, fauna, and organisms. It affects the rate of humus formation. So if there are good amount of microorganism in the soil would be more fertile. The last factor which determines the soil formation is time. It determines the thickness of soil profile. So children, for your fact, it's take around 100 of years to make 1 centimeter of soil. So children, in this slide we will be discussing about the factors which leads to degradation of soil. Soil erosion and depletion are the major threats to soil. Both human as well as natural factors can lead to degradation of soil. Now, the factors which are basically responsible for the degradation of soil are deforestation, overgrazing, rainwash, overuse of chemical fertilizers or pesticides, landslides, and last is floods. So, children, in the last slide, you come to know about the factors which are basically leading to the degradation of soil. Now, in this slide, we will be discussing about the soil conservation methods or measures. So, the first method is mulching. Now, what do you mean by mulching? It means a bare land, that is the left empty land between the plants, is covered with straw, which helps to retain the soil moisture and also helps to regain fertility. You can clearly see in the picture that how the empty land is covered with straw. The second method is contour barriers. Contour are nothing but just making barrier sort of thing. Here, the barriers are made with the help of stones, grass, or soil so that water stays in between the plant. The next method of soil conservation is rock dam. Under this method, we put a pile of rock around the piece of land. This is done in order to prevent soil loss. You can clearly see in the picture that how a dam is constructed in order to protect the land, protect the soil. The next method is terrace farming. It involves making terraces or steps on a hill or a mountain by cutting into the side of the hill or mountain. Since the land is made flat, it reduces surface runoff, thereby preventing soil erosion. It also facilitates the absorption of water into the soil. Now, the next method is intercropping. From the word itself, children, you can make it out. It involves planting crops on narrow strips of land, which alternate with strips that contain soil protecting plants. That means in one row, if you observe in the picture in carefully, one strip is normal crop and another strip is soil protecting crop. Okay, so in order to retain the soil. The next method is contour plowing. Now, this method is almost same as terrace farming. The only difference is in contour plowing, we don't make steps. So basically in this method, the farmer tills the field along the contours of the land rather than letting up and down the slope. It prevents the soil from being washed away by water. The last method which we are going to discuss under this is shelter belts. Children, this method is usually prevalent in the coastal areas and dry regions, which are mostly prone to high winds. Now, what we do in under this method, here we here the rows of trees are planted to check the wind movement and soil erosion to protect the topsoil. Now, in the picture also you can see how the trees are planted in a row in order to, in order to safeguard the soil. So guys, this is all with the video. In case of any doubts, you can ask the doubts in the online class. Thank you, children.